So I am Tisha at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store. If you weren't here earlier or this is your first time, welcome, welcome. I think we got most of the bugs worked out right now, so I can get on with the process here. And I'm hoping everybody can hear me okay. If I'm shouting, let me know, because now I have this microphone here. And sometimes I tend to get too loud, as opposed to other people who get too soft-spoken. I get louder. And my husband says, if I start drinking, it gets worse, which I think is just fine. Yes, just hand her a bottle. Kathy, I think you're my spirit animal. You're my soul sister. Just hand me the bottle. Yes, you're right. I know. Tag your friends. Yes. Tag your friends and tell them we're going to be making these fun little ornaments. If you have not gotten ready to do this, you need to go ahead. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the other camera for a minute. Okay. So what you're going to do with this, I'm going to turn this one off. Can you hear me now? Ooh. I think we're okay. Okay, I guess when it took, I guess the second camera took out the sound. Okay, got it. So what I was saying is that here is your measurement setup. If you are going to cut something, say you're working with 2-inch strips right here. If you're working with the 2-inch strips like this, you know your length is going to be 8 inches, because you're going to take 2 and multiply it by 4. So 2 times 4 is going to be 8, and that's how long you would cut your strip. Your width 2 inches. This one, or the one I gave you all, was 3.5 inches times 4 would come out right at 14, and I gave y'all an extra inch, so that makes it 15 inches is what I had you all cut. And that is a good way to know how long to cut your strips. Okay. This one that I have right here is going to be a 5-inch by 5 times 4 is 20. It's going to be 5 times 4. So it's 5 inches by 20 inches. And the reason that I did that was because it was easier to cut that way. Plus it gives me, I'm so sorry about this right here. Trying to move that thing so you're not seeing it the whole time. Plus it gives me enough to work with on camera so that you can see what I'm doing and not working with a little tiny piece. So if you haven't already ironed all your pieces together, what you're going to want to do is cut your strips 3.5 by 15, fold them in half just like this, and you're going to iron it. Okay, iron everything, and then you're going to use that middle marking that you ironed or rolled, and you're going to press your 2 edges in right there so that you've made basically a bias fold is what you're doing. You see how I did that? So I have this and just fold it to that middle crease. like so. Okay. You're going to take it just like that. And then you're going to fold this right in half and iron it. So the whole time you're doing this, you are ironing the whole way. Okay. So you want to get it nice and crisp and flat. We're going to come back to that. If you didn't get a chance to starch your fabric, you want to go back and starch your fabric because it's going to make your fabric stay flatter. What do you say? Make it easier and crisper to bend. So you want to come back and do that. So let me show you something else, give you a minute to get caught up with that. And then we'll come back and have some, let's see. Yeah, Tisha has to mess with this one more time because I haven't messed with it enough. There we go. That's the view I want. And now that I have these ear pods on, I'm trying to do stuff without bending over too much because I don't want to drop them. Okay. I don't want to drop everything, but I'm trying to clear stuff off the table. So this will give you a chance to get your stuff ready to do. And then we'll come back and be able to work on the stars. Let me show you some other fun stuff I've got going on in the store right now. I'm trying to turn this around so that you're not having to look at. I know y'all are going to yell at me and go, for crying out loud, woman, just stop. Okay. We got In Quilt Mania and Simply Modern magazines. The two new magazines that are in right now. I love these magazines. If you don't get a chance to see them, they are really so awesome. They are like a quilt show in the front is what I like to say. It's like having your own little personal quilt show right here in front. And you get to see stuff from artists around the world. Look at some of these. Oh my gosh. Look at that butterfly. Can you see that? How beautiful that is? You get to see beautiful works of art in the front of the magazine. It tells you who did it and where they're from. And then in the back, patterns. Oh my gosh, look at these little sheep. How fun are those? Patterns to do these. Really fun stuff. You get artists from around the world that contribute to this. And this one, Simply Modern, has the sew along going on this year that is by is it Edna? Edith. Gosh, I forget her name all the time. She's got a sew along going on, and I can't find it. Elaine, maybe. Good night. Somebody's gonna have to help me out here. So that is going on right now in her magazine. Then you have Quilt Mania, which is about the same thing, but it might have, oh no, here, this one has the mystery quilt. I'm so dumb. Irene Blank. Look at me, and I opened it up right there. Irene Blank is the name of the artist, and it is in Quilt Mania. And she has a beautiful, oh, there's the reveal. Look at that, how gorgeous that is. So you will see the big reveal. So I started off on this one and then I got sidetracked, I don't know, running a business or something and haven't finished it. But I know that Kathy, who works here, has been working on it. And again, right here in front, it's like a quilt show. If you all love these magazines, put it out there and tell people how you need it, how you like it, because it's encouragement to other people who are like, I've seen them, but I don't really know if I would like it. These are magazines you keep like forever. You don't get rid of them because they have such great stuff. You've got the patterns in the back. How fun is that? You've got the patterns in the back, the quilt show in the front with just gorgeous things to look at and to admire and see. I know. So we've got these in. They are a little bit pricey, and I know sometimes people are surprised by that. But again, you're getting a lot of patterns in here, and this is from designers around the world. It's not just people in Dallas or Plano or Texas or whatever. It's from people around the world, literally. Um, the lady who's doing Irene Blank, she's in Australia. And so she's a contributor. And of course, they're famous people also. They're not like, going and grabbing somebody off the corner. They're not asking Tisha Copeland to do these. Okay. So, yeah, it is. Thank you, Terry, for telling people. Yeah. And so we've got the Quilt Mania and we have the Simply Modern in here. So the other thing that we have that I think is really cute. Oh my gosh, it was the apron and the purse I wanted to show you. I'm not even going to disconnect and go over there because I know something will happen and I will not be able to I know the sound or something's going to disconnect. So I'll just have to show it to you next time. I don't think we're going to do a in stitches with Tisha next week because it's going to be Thanksgiving Eve. And much as we would like to say, yeah, we're going to, oh, wrong one. Here we go. As much as we would like to say, yes, we'll watch. We'll actually have all our family in town and friends and what have you, or we'll be going out to dinner, and then the next thing you know, you won't even remember to watch it. And Thursday we won't watch it, and Friday we'll be shopping. So we're not going to do a live in stitches next week. Unless Noelle gets a wild hair and she decides she wants to do it, but I'm not sure about that. She always thinks she's ready to do it, but then I'm afraid she's going to be pretty tired. Yep. The Morning Blossom apron panel. I was going to show that. If you go onto the Facebook page and look a couple of posts down, it's only like one or two. I posted pictures of the purse, the bag, or bag, as Lori would say, on the bag, and the apron, and they are so pretty and so easy to make. And so we have them over here on display. And what I need to do is make, oh, okay, wait. I have to show some of this fabric. Hold on. I'm just going to take the earbud off like this. Okay. Not going to move anything else. Okay. I'm back. I'm going to put them back in my ears very carefully. Okay. It looks like everything is still here. Very good. I'm serious. I wanted to bring the whole mannequin over here, but I'm scared to do it. So look at the apron. This is the panel, and it's heavy canvas. It's not like just a light cotton. It's a beautiful heavyweight canvas. So you'll be able to cook away in it. Look how pretty this is. You can see it. Can you see that? And it has all the instructions right over here on how to make this. Beautiful front to it. And then it has the ties right there at the bottom. It's a whole panel. This is the apron. And then there's also a bag that goes with it, a little tote bag. It's the suspense. I know. And then this is the fabric that's on the front of that one. Look how gorgeous this fabric is. Can you see that? It's got some of the most delicious, gorgeous, like the flowers are just huge and beautiful on here. The butterflies, look how gorgeous these butterflies are. Can you see that? It is just gorgeous. It's called Morning Blossom. I'm trying to get it where the light looks good. It's called Morning Blossom, and it's a beautiful, vibrant coral. It's not showing that on the camera right now. but it is a beautiful, vibrant coral. So I wanted to show you all that. I'm glad I got to show it to you a little bit, not all of it, a little bit. The other thing we got in that are super cute are these little, I don't know, wool balls, little wool balls to make a little garland with. They are so cute. This one has little leaves and then the little cherry, so to speak. It comes with a long darning needle or a long, like an upholstery needle that's about this big. And it comes with string in there. You string them all together. We have them hanging up at the store. I have one set over there by the cash register. And these are fun to do. I sat and did them last Wednesday when I was listening to a meeting, because, I have a meeting after this. And so I sat and did them the last meeting. Yes, the garland. Yeah. Terry, that was the right word. I was trying to think of what it was. And yes, they're super easy to make. So then I started thinking, and I'll show you what I started thinking with these little stars. So it is 6:41. Good night. And just think, 20 minutes of that was spent trying to get this stupid camera working. I tell you what, every single time I get on here, it's new and different with Facebook and Facebook pages. That's where the problem comes in. Facebook is okay for all the regular people, but if you're a business, which you have to have a Facebook page, then it is like new surprises every single day. And it's like playing whack-a-mole. So, which is not, the only reason it's bad is because I got to figure it out every single time. It's not like, okay, I figured this out, I'm going to be able to do this forever. No, it'll change again next week. So that's what makes me crazy. So if everybody has ironed their stuff, then, and just maybe we'll give away a goodie or two. I don't know. Should we? I don't know. I might have to give away something. We'll see. We'll see. So if everybody has gotten their, what do you call these? Strips of fabric ready, let's go ahead and make one of these stars. If you have tagged people to come over and watch and see, then let's do it. So I have a couple of different options here. This one I did with all 4 one colors. Okay, all 4 strips were one color. So it's all the same fabric. Yep, it looks like the little German stars. Yes. So all of these are one fabric. Okay. This one was 2 fabrics in one color. 2 strips in one color and 2 strips in a different color. So that's what it comes out when you alternate it. Okay. And this was 4 different colors. So each strip was a different color. And I wanted to do them like this so that you could see what it was that, or what it looks like when we do it like that. You could get a really good idea of how they come out. I personally like the 2 color one right here, which is the same thing I did with this one. I did the 2 color. I think you can see more of the pattern and the star itself when you have it like that than when you're doing it all in one color. You can see some of it, but it's not the same when you're doing it in one color. And the 4 color was very busy for me. The other thing that I will tell you is this is 2.5-inch strips. You can do these with a jelly roll. They're small. You can see it fits in the palm of my hand. They're small and a little bit fidgety. So when you use this, you definitely want to be able to have your purple thing or your stiletto or something like that close by, because they're small enough that you're going to have to be working it. You can't get your fingers into where I'm going to show you have to do this. Okay, so we have our 4 pieces right here. And here we go. I'm going to fold them in half, just like this. And I'm going to put the folded edge that's right here, these little folded edges. See, this is the single side right here. That's where that fold is. And then these are the double sides. I'm going to put them facing to the inside. So I'm going to get that one. My fold is to the bottom. I'm going to get the mate folded in half. The fold is going to be at the top. Here's my fold here. Here's my fold here. Here's my single fold. Here's the little double fold. Single fold on the outside, double fold on the inside. So I have 2 pieces right there. Okay? 2 pieces, fold and fold. I'm going to get my other 2 pieces. And this one, I'm going to have the single folds, the 4 little single folds are going to face inwards like this. Okay? Inwards. I'm going to now go over. I'm going to go over this one. Okay? Over right there. And inside this one. Okay? So what you're doing is you're locking them together. Okay? So this is held on right there. You can see. This is going to be held on right here. You can see that. So I'm going to take my other one and I'm going to place the fold. Here is my fold, my halfway fold like this. And I'm going to put this halfway fold over here because the other one's over here. So I'm going to put this right here. And now this one, I'm going to go over the top. Okay. So the red's going to go inside and this is going to come right here into this piece. So what I have done is interlocked them all together. Okay. And you just keep pulling them until they get tighter and tighter. You don't want to pull it to distort it, but you just want to get them tighter and tighter in there. So they're in there nice and snug. Okay. Now I got to put my glasses on because I can't see what I'm doing. Whoa. Okay. So I've got them in there nice and tight. They're snug. They're all holding on to each other, right? So I'm going to flip this over. And once I have flipped it over, I'm just going to start to fold these little pieces over again. So I'm going to take this one and fold it. And we're going to work clockwise. This is my family. I can't get, I need my family to quit texting me. I'm sorry. So I'm going to fold this right here. Take the next one, fold it over. Okay. Take the next one, fold it over. And the next one, fold it over. And it's going to come right here under this. Okay. So see, I did the same thing that I did on the back side. Y'all with me so far? Give me a yes or a no or what need to see it again or whatever. If you're with me so far, I'll keep going. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Okay, so I'm waiting a minute to see if I have any comments coming up or anything. So far, so good. Okay, Rita's lost. Okay, Miss Rita. Kate says yes. Okay, Miss Rita, I'm going to take this apart real quick so I can show you again what we did. Okay, so you're going to interlock your middle parts right here. You're going to interlock your middle parts. You have 2 strips of one color, 2 strips of another color. Okay, and Jen got lost also. So you're going to interlock them so that they won't come apart from each other. So I folded this in half. Okay, and I'm actually going to show you this way because this is how we started. It'll make more sense then. So I folded this in half, these right here and right here. And I put one down first and then the other one. Okay. Then I did the blue and I went over, or I put the red in between the blue right there. Okay. And then through right here, through the red. Okay. So right here and through the red. So that's going to interlock. This one, I did the same thing. This goes right through the middle. And it's going to interlock because this is going to go through the middle. So you should have them interlocking. So are you with me now from there? We've got all 4 of them interlocking. And I'm just going to keep pulling them tighter and tighter. Okay? Got that. Okay, Jen. Awesome. Miss Rita, did you get it? So I've got these 4 interlocking with each other. They're not going to come apart. Now, I'm going to take this part right here and I'm going to flip the whole thing over. Okay? Now we're working on the back side of it. Okay, Susan, got it. Flip it over, and now we're on the back side. Now working clockwise, we're going to take 1, and it might be counterclockwise too. It doesn't matter, but you just have to do it in order, either clockwise or counterclockwise. So I'm going to take one of the 2 straps. See the other, 2 ends. The other one's still hanging there. I'm going to fold that right there, fold it backwards on itself. I'm going to take my next one, leaving one out, the other one right here, fold it backwards on itself. This is the next one because we're working this way. Take this one and fold it. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. I lost my spot. So take it there, fold it backwards. Take this one, fold it backwards. Take this one and go over. Okay. And take this one. It's just the top half. And we're going to go like this. But what we have to do to make it stay secure is pull this one out a little bit and put it in there. See how I had to pull this piece out just a little bit right here? Okay. Did you see that? So I'm going to pull them back together now. Okay. So we're all back together. So we've basically made the same little crossover interlocking section on both sides. Okay, got it? We doing okay now? Is it better? Now then, what we're going to do is right here with one of our little stars, we're going to fold it to a little point, just like this. And it's going to line up with your other 3 right there. Okay? So you're going to fold it into a little point like that. If you're folding it like this and it's crossing over this one, you're doing it wrong. You're not crossing over anything right here. Okay, you're folding it like this. And from there, I'm going to take it, flip it over again, because you have to work on the back side. Flip it over. Now I have this point right here. See that? Do you see this point right here? And I am going to just hold my finger there, fold it down to make another point. Did you see how I did that? It was right here. I have a point. I'm going to take this. I'm going to fold it down to make another point. So now I've made a point. I folded this piece down. And now I'm going to flip it back on itself right there. You see how I flipped it back on itself? Okay. Can you see what I did? Doesn't like me to get that close, does it? So what I'm going to do now is tuck this tail into here, right here. And I can see that this is going to be just a little bit too long, this piece, because see, this is where I have to tuck it into, and I don't need to go all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to get my scissors. Oh, there we go. And I'm just going to cut this off. So it's right there where I can tuck this in, and it's not going to show off the bottom, out of the bottom. So now I'm going to reach my finger right in here and tuck it in. Okay, this is when the purple thing comes in really good, comes in truly handy. I'm going to pull it like that. So here's my little purple thing, and I'm going to push it right here. What you can do also, you'll get sometimes a better pleat or a better crease if you were ironing it as you're going along. I don't feel like ironing it, so I'm going to use our roller, and I'm just going to put that crease in there. Okay. Now then, I do like to add a little bit of glue. You can do this at the same time that you're working, or you can take it and do it at the end. I'm using the Unique Stitch. This is super great glue, really good for fabric. And no, it doesn't wash out. I'm just putting a little dot. That's it. Don't put a whole lot of it. You don't need a whole lot. You just don't want it slipping in and out. So I've done that one piece right here. Yay! Jen did it. Yay! So I'm going to do my next one now, my next little point. From where I'm working, I'm going to take this and I'm going to make another point. Just fold it over to the side. Okay? Take that little point and fold that fabric over to the side like so. Now I do have to turn it over because this is where the little pocket is right here. Okay, turn it over. I'm going to fold this down just like that. This is where if you want to use your purple thing, or my favorite is by Annie, the little stiletto like this. Mine is in the back. I am not going to run back there and go get it because, you know, my running back and forth has not gone so well today. So you can use that, or you can use this, get a really nice point right there. Do the same thing where you flip it over on its little back, I say. And now I've got another point right there. I can see it's going to be too long. It's going to go past right here. So I need to trim some of this off. Okay. I just take it with scissors. I'm not measuring. Don't make it harder than it is. I'm just going to trim it off. Now you might say, well, if we're going to trim off so much, then why do you make it so long? Because the measurements were easy for me like that, and I don't want to have to think so hard. If you want to figure out how much to cut to get perfect measurements that you don't have to trim off, you go, girl and boys. You go, you do that. But I can't work that hard. My brain doesn't function that hard. So I'll come back and put glue on that one. I'm going to take my next one, fold it over. Okay. Just like that. Make your little point. Flip your piece. I like to use my little stiletto. Take it just like that, where you have your other little piece. What is that, Jen? Too much math. Yes, girl, you're right. Okay. Flip that piece over just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to trim this. I'm going to take this and tuck it in right there. And you can use your little stiletto to tuck it in, your purple thing. Pull this tight again. Get it in there nice and flat. And tuck it in. Did you see how I did that? So it's a lot of flip and tuck and flip and tuck. Sounds like exercise to me. I don't know, maybe I don't wanna do this. It sounds like a lot of exercise. Okay, flip and tuck, flip and tuck. As long as I don't have to do, run or leg squats or whatever they're called. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. We gotta do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times. So you really get a chance to learn it if you didn't learn it the first time. We're gonna do it 5 more times. Okay? Take it, flip it over. So basically, I'm flipping it to my right-hand side every time. It may not be your right-hand side, but for me, I'm flipping it to my right-hand side each time. And once I've flipped it over to the side and I've created another little point, I'm going to take this, flip it like that. Okay, I got it right in place where I want it to be. And now hold my little point right there, flip it down on itself. So I've made another little peak. Take that, flip it right over on itself again. Okay. Let me see what I'm doing right here. Get my big fingers out of the way. So I've got another set of peaks right there. Another set of points. I'm going to trim just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to tuck it in to that piece. And this is where I come back and I use this. So I'll tell you a secret. The smaller you get, the more you have to use smaller tools because you can't get your finger in there. You know how I'm using my finger to get in there? You can't do it. If you're working on one of these right here, you can't get your finger in there. So you have to definitely, my earpiece fell out. You have to definitely use a stiletto or your purple thing or something like that to get it in there. Look, that one's coming out. Okay, so I've got that in there. I'm going to take this one, fold it over to the side. There it is, going over to the side. I'm going to flip it this way. Ooh, I'm doing this backwards. Flipping it this way. I'm going to hold my little peak right there so I can get a nice crisp fold. Okay. Are y'all with me so far? Are y'all doing okay? So flip it like that. I have a peak. I'm going to take that, flip it over. Okay. Just like that. It's going to get tucked into this part right here. So I need to trim this down just a smidge. And I'm going to reach right in there. Get in there. There. So I have that one done. Yay. I'm going to take this one, do the same thing, flip it. You can roll it out if you need to, just like that. Flip it over. Flip this down. Look, that got a little bird right at the perfect spot. Okay, made another little peak right there. Take it, flip it, just like that. That one doesn't want to come out too straight. Okay, got it. Just had to wiggle it just a smidge. So it's laying just like that. Okay. And now I'm going to trim this piece off. Oops, kind of did that a little wonky, didn't I? Let's cut a little bit straighter. That's better because that's going to get tucked in right here. Get my little purple thing. I'm not sure what I did. Okay, there we go. I was like, wow, what did I do with that one? That looked a little disturbing. Okay, so I've got those two. Only two more to go. Only two more to go. You don't have to flip it over. I just did. I'm not sure why I did. I was just fidgeting. Fold it over to one side. Okay. This is my last set. So I'm always folding to my right-hand side. Now, from there, I'm going to take this. Look at that. There we go. Make a little point like that. Okay. Fold it again. It's really a folded star. It's really all it is. It's like origami. It's just a little folded star. Yep, tweezers work well also, Penny. I have tweezers at home and that's what I use. I know, Beverly, it is cool. It's fun. And now I'm going to trim this like that. Okay. I'm going to take that and tuck it right in here. I always envy people who have beautiful little dainty hands that sew, because that is not me. I have like huge hands, or at least they feel huge to me. They look huge to me. So that's why I'm always using something like this. And when things are little tiny like this, they're really hard for me because they're hard for me to do. My hands are too big. I can't get my fingers in them and stuff. I've always envied people who have like little tiny hands and fingers and stuff. Not me. No. Okay, last one to go. I'm going to take this, fold it just like that. I hope I haven't bored you all to tears tonight. I'm going to, from that spot right there, take this, fold it again. Okay. See it? My last little point. Take this, fold it for the last time. Yes. And trim off that piece right there. Yes, 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 yes. And tuck it right in there. Get in. And we're done. Look how fun that is. Isn't that darling? Can you see it? I love how it came out. And it's all together in there. So it's not going to come out unless you're my husband. I was making them this weekend and I went to show it to him and I said, look what I made. Aren't these cool? I'm going to teach it on Facebook Live. And he starts to pull it apart. And I was like, what are you doing? He goes, well, I thought they're to take apart. I go, why would you take it apart? He's like, I don't know. I just thought you were supposed to take them all apart. I'm like, no, I'm not going to take them all apart. Put them down. Give it back to me. I'm not sure. There's a boy child for you. So now, remember I told you I go back and put glue in. So these last few that all the other ones that I hadn't put glued in, I just put a dot, literally a little dot of glue in there. And I just do that to hold it in place. Now this glue is going to glue pretty quick, dry pretty quickly. So I don't have to worry about like, oh, can I still handle it later or whatever? Because I can. I'll be able to keep working on this. I'm just putting little dots, literally like Let me see. I'll show you how much I put on there. I go like this. Look. That's how much I'm putting on there. Can you see that little piece right there? That's how much glue I'm putting on there. So I'm just going to continue to keep putting that in there. And I forgot where I left off. Yep, that one has some. Let me see. Yep, that has some. And this one does not. And I have to squeeze a little bit hard because this tube's almost empty. And yep, that one needs some. And the only reason why I put glue in them is so, because if they get handled a lot, they tend to want to come loose. And I don't want to constantly be tucking everything back in because I'm lazy. And that's a headache for me. Oh, this one needs glue on this side. Put it on the wrong side. There we go. And right there. Are y'all with me? And then, yep, this one has, oh, that one needs a little bit of glue right there. I want y'all to see how I do this because there's no reason to complicate it. And sometimes when people are working on stuff, they'll be like, well, what do I do with the glue? Where do I put it? I'm like, just put it in there. You don't complicate it. Just reach down in there and put a dot. And people get scared sometimes when they're working with glue on fabric. They're like, but what if I do it wrong? So what? Nobody's going to notice. You know my theory. Nobody notices that stuff. I just keep going round and round. Well, there's two sides to it. So I've got those all in and glued in place. And it's adorable. And these were the 5-inch ones. Okay, so to make a little ornament, you can do it just like this if you want to. All I did was take some string, or if you have some thick embroidery thread, I have the Pearl 8 cotton, just some thick thread. All I did, I thought I had it over here. It's in the back room. I didn't grab it. Sorry. Did I? No, I didn't. All I did was go in right here with a needle and came out right there, ran it through one of those little foam balls or whatever, they're little fuzz balls. I don't know. I found them at the dollar store. Okay. Nowhere special, just at the dollar store. Ran the string up as long as I wanted it and then tied a little knot on there. You can use regular like kite string if you have that. You can use what do you call it when you tie up a chicken with it? Not a live chicken, the turkey legs or whatever. I can't think of the baker's twine. That's it. You can use twine. You can use that. And these I found at the dollar store. You might even have some of these laying around. Even if they're foam, this is like little squishy fabric. But if you find the foam ones, you can do that too. You just want to get your needle and use a long enough needle that you can work. If you get a little tiny needle, you can't get it through everything because this is too thick. You'll put it in there and then just the needle tip will be sticking out right there. Just get your needle with thread, run it through your little ball, your little bead. Go right through the top, right there. You can see what I did. It's not anything fancy. There's no secret spot to do it. Just get it right in the middle and then run your needle back up through this so that both ends of your thread are in there. And you can have it just like this if you want to. Now, if you decide you want to run your thread right here, that's fine. There's no rule that says it has to be right there. It can go right here. It can go right here. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that says, oh, it has to go right here. So if you find it and you're working on it and you don't like it right there, so move it somewhere else. It doesn't matter. pierce it right here. You don't have to put a little ball on here, a little fuzzy. You can use a jingle bell. You can use anything else if you want. You can put a little holly leaf if you want to. It doesn't make, oh, you could use real holly leaves if you wanted to. You can put anything you want. And then what I was thinking, remember I told you we had these little garlands like this? The other thing I was thinking is you can run it just like this, okay? Run your thread through there, line these up. I'm going to pour out a couple of them. I won't do them all because it's a little set. And line them up like this. Look how cute that would be. And you have these that you can line up and space them if you want to, or use smaller stars. You don't have to use this big one. Use a smaller star. Line it up. Get your next one right there. Line it up. How cute would that be? And this one happens to have little holly leaves down there. I don't know if you can see them. The little holly leaves are cut out, and then there's some little white balls right there. You have all of those that you can put in, and it does come with the string in there, and it comes with the needle in there to work. These run $17.99 for all these, and these are little wool balls, so they're more expensive than going to get these little things. These right here, but they're also nicer. I mean, they're bigger and they're nicer, right? So, but you could use this and add this to your garland. And if you wanted to, you could hang them from a garland. I mean, you don't have to go right through the point either. You can just hang them from your garland. There is so much. You can use them on your gift packages. That is so cute. You can just fill a bowl with them. You don't have to do something. You don't have to hang them anywhere. You can fill a little bowl with them in all the same colors. Look how cute that is. Okay. If you're really feeling industrious, what I started thinking is that you could even make a Christmas tree with them. And then I started thinking, I don't know that I want to do that many of them, but you could. Just like this. Look at that. You could keep going and keep going. Look how cute that would be. And then just sew right down through the middle. That would be adorable. You'd have to get smaller and smaller, and then put your little Christmas ornament on the top like that. How cute would that be? And you can keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and just alternate them the way you twist them on there. Who knows, maybe I'll do that, because if I keep working, they do get really fun when you start working on it. The worst part is doing the ironing, but they do get really fun when you start to work on the whole thing and you kind of get addicted to it and want to play with it the whole time. So this is all for tonight, everybody. Thank you for your patience of watching me trying to get online and getting this all situated. I sure appreciate it. Didn't want to do that. Or that. Or that. Or there. No, that's not it either. There we go. So thank you all for joining us this evening. I hope you had fun. I would love it if you all posted some pictures. Who knows? Somebody might win a Christmas fat quarter bundle to be able to make some more, which would be a lot of fun. But you got to post your pictures of the ones you made. Go on my website, not the website, the page, and give a couple of pictures and post them there. And we'll probably draw a name to win a Christmas fat quarter bundle to make a whole bunch of them. I think we will. Bonnie has to remind me to do that. So I hope you all had fun. Thank you so much for joining us. We won't be here next Wednesday because it is Thanksgiving Eve. I have my sister coming in town. I don't know. Maybe we will get her. No, she's leaving after work, so she won't be able to get here soon enough. She's in San Antonio. But we will have everybody. I will post pictures of stuff going on and hope to see you. We will have Black Friday. The sale is going to be some of our sample quilts. We're going to be selling some of our sample quilts. So if you've admired the stuff that we have hanging on our walls, you'll want to be sure to stop by and pick out your own special one. All right. Thank you so much for coming. And it is great seeing you all. Bye.